and welcome back to Moonward, a midst role-playing story. I am Zen, the guide narrator of Moonward, and guitarist, also, of Moonward. I'm just gonna stop making. This is how it is. I'll be playing music for hours.
We're just
and
gonna
nothing else
chill
will
out
happen.
and take you on a journey of
We
vibes.
are back descending into the darkness of the fold with our fantastic cast of players. My name is Zen, and I'm joined by Mid's co-creators Roen and Sara Wile. And of course, we are joined by our fantastic and singular guest stars Marisha and Liam O'Brien.
Just vibing.
Just vibing.
Just vibing. We're chilling.
Oh, you caught us vibing.
Welcome back to the Vibe
Come
Zone.
and vibe with us.
Let me
POV
lay down the
when you
vibes
catch
for
me,
you now. As we continue our journey into the depths of the fold as our heroes, anti-heroes, TBD.
I don't know anymore, man.
Protagonists, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is the midst pun? A protagonist.
That's right.
Descend, continuing their journey into the darkness of the fold to search for Mid's fallen moon. We have gathered together a small squad of unlikely chums, possibly saboteurs,
As far as I know.
Comrades.
Yeah.
to seek what perhaps cannot be found. TBD, we're about to learn more in session 2 of Moonward as we join our characters descending into the dark. Ready to go?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Into the fold.
Then without further ado, Moonward. The Islet of Sequester. Is not so very far from Midst itself. At speed, you can make it in quite a short time indeed, and our singular small ship is certainly traveling it at speed tonight. The harbor of Sequester is a quiet place and a quiet islet, a underwater-esque coral reef kind of a place, you could say, if we were underwater and this were a reef, which it is neither. The Slug has slid into dock here at Sequester. This is our one and only brief port of call, where you will gather supplies, make your final preparations, and gather what else you may require before you descend entirely into the depths. Take us in, Walden.
Well, on the journey, I would say that Walden has gone pretty quiet and still. And you don't see this, but what he sees is all the various controls in front of him with his hand on the control. He sees all that physicality in front of him and charts all the readouts and the numbers that are there. But he also sees beyond the ship, or feels beyond the ship. And occasionally, as you guys move about the Slug, it'll veer one way or another as he can sense oncoming material out there in the dark. Definitely a safe driver.
Not a whole lot of traffic out in the fold for the most part.
But occasionally a surprising pothole, so to speak. But eventually, a shadow darker than the shadow around it looms as Sequester draws near. Are we heading specifically to the area around where the mothers reside?
Very good question. Just distantly offshore of Sequester, which, like Midst, is a spherical planet-like world, again referred to not as a planet but as an islet. Offshore, just distant of the dark orb of the Islet of Sequester, there is a strange crag looming in the darkness, upon which there looms a Gothic castle-like structure the lazaretto of the Mother's Merciful. That is not your destination today. You are gliding into this port of call here in the harbor of the town and islet of Sequester itself.
What if we did go to the Gothic castle, though?
You have to talk to the pilot, convince Walden.
Well, when we are in an unship, you can definitely feel wind resistance and the physics that one is accustomed to here on Earth 1 when flying in the air. But the slug and a fold mercible, none of that is there, and we just slide through space and circle a quarter mile out from that Gothic castle and slip down towards the settlement.
It's Jacob's first time traveling.
What can you tell me about Sequester?
Well, I don't know that Fiona's ever been here either, but it's heard a little bit about it. Yeah, so this is our nearest neighbor, cosmically speaking, and it's cool. They've got, I think, they do a lot of like farming here. There's a pretty famous night market. Not that we're gonna have much time for shopping, but
Beautiful orchards.
it is beautiful. You get to see all the bioluminescent plants and animals waving in the darkness of the fold.
It's quiet.
Yeah. What do you think, Jacob?
Not like anything I've ever seen, he says, peering out of one of the portholes of the slug. I mean, I
barely
haven't
seen
seen
anything.
much, really, just midst, just
Do you
the
like it?
caves. I think so. Can we go ashore? How much time do we have? I know we're on a schedule.
Well, we probably shouldn't
I mean, I'd like to walk around.
dilly-dally.
I wish we had more time to explore, but I mean, I guess
Yeah, what do we
some other day.
What do we
maybe.
need exactly?
You tell me. Whatever you might require for this expedition, this is your one and only opportunity to locate it. You are descending into unfathomable depths to possibly find one of the most occult objects ever recorded in all of known cosmic history, a crystalline moon that has been consumed by reality-bending forces of incomprehensible power. It is down there, and you apparently are going there. You tell me what you think you need.
Protein bars or
That would probably be fine.
Okay.
That's all you need.
Definitely enough food in case we got stranded, which is
Yeah.
possible.
I imagine it was difficult to get everything we really needed in Stationary Hill because we didn't want to.
Attract attention.
Exactly.
And if we need rations for the moon survivors, probably a good idea to stock up on that if we can.
Yeah. Things could be in dire straits when we get there.
What is the fuel source of the slug? What does it use?
Well, Joe could answer that for you, but I think Fiona might be in an optimal position to describe that technology to you.
You know, it's primarily ocular, so don't worry about it.
Great.
Runs on box.
Yeah.
Don't need to understand
everyone
it to use it.
Everyone knows how box works, so we won't waste your time.
Straightforward.
I put in 20 boxes. We're good.
Yeah.
All right.
You might have to rewind them every once in a while.
Yeah.
But
Calibrate them.
yeah.
Do
Good to let it rest for a
ocular
sec.
stuff. Yeah. Box are great.
Yeah.
What's the line on your shirt?
Which one?
The top one, whatever it
is,
It can happen.
it can happen.
Thanks, Box.
Yeah.
Thanks for looking out for us.
Box. That's
Box
what.
will take us all the way.
Get it.
It will.
It will. Thanks, Box.
Anyway.
The slug has slid into the port of Sequester here. It's a small shipping and receiving town. You, of course, Walden, as an experienced traveler of the cosmos and veteran cargo pilot of the slug, your full mercible, you have been to Sequester many times.
I've been here plenty, even though Liam doesn't know anything about this place. Walden's been here a ton.
It's quite all right. So whatever it is you require, Walden, any contacts, any information, any tools or supplies, Walden knows where to find them, including any of you who have been here before as well. So if this place is known to you, and you have been here a time or two, you know what you need and you know how to get it.
And I guess it's worth mentioning when I say there's a night market, it's always night here.
We are deeper
so-
now in the fold even than we were at on the surface of Midst. The slug has taken us down into the depths to this islet, which is Midst's nearest cosmic neighbor, as you mentioned. Yes, so we have gone deeper still, but I think in the words of the main character from the Neverending Story, there's still so much farther we still gotta go. Or something like that.
Gonna eat that apple,
Gonna
and
eat
he's
an
like,
apple.
no, I should save it.
But that's a story from another cosmos. Here, in this one, it's time to gear up. Take us around the town of Sequester. Let us know what you need, and let's go get that stuff.
Well, I think Fiona feels, I don't know if she'd say this out loud, but she feels a strong desire to show Jacob around a little bit. This is going to be our only stop, and he's never seen anything off of Midst, and we might die. So, you know, he deserves to do a little sightseeing.
There's actually a really great topiary garden, just actually not far from here.
Oh, great.
You know,
Well, under better circumstances, Joe says, coming out of the back of the slug, we might have more time to sightsee, but time is of the essence. You don't think we were followed, do you? Walden, your strange seismic sensibilities, your almost echolocative ability to detect movement in the fold. You definitely feel a lot of things moving, a lot of ships. You feel people, you feel the seismic presence of the islet of Sequester itself. What else are you feeling out there right now?
Well, this thing that Walden has that he got from a terror many years ago, it can overload as well. So when you're in a setting like this and there's people on the move, it's a lot to take in at once, just because of shifting position.
So maybe once we're out there in the void, you'll have a clearer sense of what's around.
For sure.
Okay.
Do we know about that? Like, is that common knowledge, or is that something you kind of keep close to the chest?
He hasn't talked about
No?
it, but there's no
It hasn't
question
come up
that
yet.
when he is piloting, it is out of the ordinary behavior.
Out of the ordinary.
You've seen him fly the vessel with his eyes closed for large stretches of time.
Right.
Well, let's use our sensibilities, seismic or otherwise, to get into a little bit of sequester here. It's time to gear up.
actually, right over here too, you can get really good like, butterfly shrimp cocktails.
Tell us about the scene. So you've disembarked, yes?
Yeah.
It sounds like you've now begun to enter the night markets of Sequester. Tell us about the scene. Describe, for all of our benefit once again, what do we see when we see you? Paint for us the scene of how this looks as we see you strolling the night markets.
It's actually kind of nice for me because I stick out even less here than I did in Stationary Hill, because people that live in the fold 100% of the time have a higher likelihood of getting exposed to terrors, and the people that live here look all kinds of different ways, and
That's right.
I'm not the most unusual, not by a long shot.
And just as a reminder, somehow my memory has failed me. What do we see when we see you?
Oh, just like, I guess I never really described myself the first time. Like a young woman, early to mid 20s, in kind of clothing that looks like it's been handmade or hand modified, kind of rough and grungy, who is walking along with a cheerful, stocky, innocent, beautiful man as my left leg. Just taking in the world
night markets
together.
of Sequester.
Yeah.
This place is so beautiful, Fiona. I wish we had more time to look around, says Jacob, looking at you from his hand mirror from where he is attached to your hip socket.
Yeah, me too. Well, if everything goes well, we could come back.
Oh, over here is actually one of my favorite bars. You can get like tiki drinks out of taxidermied pufferfish.
What?
Yeah,
What?
really quite the experience.
Would you say that we are in like an upscale area or a boutique-y eclectic area?
It's a little bit more...
Unsavory or...
I wouldn't describe it as exactly unsavory. Think of it as kind of a strange, out-of-the-way seaside port town. So we're not talking like dastardly pirate cove, but it is...
It's not bougie, it's not seedy, it's kind of eclectic and magical and mysterious and...
But it is a...
Farmers market stands.
Farmer's market meets art fair meets like the fairy market from Stardust.
Yeah. A sparkling grotto of vendor tents, lean-tos, little cabanas, little shops and stalls sparkle in the dim fog-filled night of the Sequester Night Market as you stroll, searching for your necessary wares. Many people, as mentioned, of many different sizes and persuasions, some of them transformed, covered in interesting fold scarification, black inky whorls and markings on their bodies from old fold problems engraving their bodies, but also here and there people with strangely opalescent light-defying markings, old fold scars that have been neutralized by the Mother's Merciful, just yonder in their strange Gothic castle. You do not see any of those spectral figures, those horned wraith-like beings here in the streets. Those two who you saw in Midst were a fairly rare sight. The mothers keep to themselves. There are none here in the night markets as you stroll the tents and smell the wafting grilled foods and hear the calls of the street hawkers. You are looking for other things.
So Dusty is not from the fold. He is from a city in the called Gloria, and this is his first time being this deep in the fold. So I think his kind of brown eyes are wide, just sort of taking it all in, like definitely following what Vesta points at and describes as being a recommendation, or yeah, we want to avoid that. He's just
charge.
yeah, like also kind of frequently getting distracted by all of the different like fold-touched folks that are sort of wandering by, but like trying not to stare, trying not to be rude, just following along with the group, but feeling a little out of depth, literally.
I grew up here.
Oh, no way.
Oh,
How-
I didn't know that. You have
Yeah.
just sort of like a sort of vibe about you,
Yeah.
but that's on me, I assumed.
My family, my parents were from the Un, and they wanted to kind of get out of the city and kind of live in a quieter place, in a more eclectic place. So we had a little pom-pom fruit orchard not far from here.
No kidding.
Grew up on.
You come from farmers.
Well, no.
So like a hobby orchard?
They purchased like an estate, when they wanted to retire and have a quieter lifestyle. So kind of they had a lot of money.
Sure.
Kind of wanted to treat my sister and I to a more provincial upbringing.
How'd
So-
that sit with you?
It was lovely.
Are they still here?
Yes.
Do you want to do anything?
It might be safer for them if we don't get them,
Yeah.
unless you think they could help us somehow.
No, I don't think we have time. I think it's all right. My father is a brilliant engineer. I bet the two of you would actually probably get along incredibly well. He would get a kick out of you. He'd be
thanks.
very charmed. And my mother was a doctor.
Maybe on the way back then.
Yeah.
Way back.
The way back.
Yeah.
But if we need any supplies for the submersible, I mean, I do know of a few, mechanical and engineering vendors.
Yeah.
We can probably.
I mean, I don't know how many spare box you were able to pick up. Joe, is Joe with us?
Yeah, just
Okay.
strolling. He's
Yeah.
taking it all in.
Should we get more? You can never have too many bucks.
I don't know. I mean, Walden, you seem to think that you've got plenty, and if the moon really is at about 70 degrees or so, we might have enough.
And we can always do maintenance on the ones
Depends
that
on
you
how
have.
lean you run her, of course. You really shave the flow as we go.
I mean, it sounds like we might be needing to outrun some people, so
You don't say, Fiona.
I did.
Oops. Bet you wish you hadn't said that.
Outrun some people in theory.
Walden. Something's coming.
I sense
Yeah.
bodies approaching.
You sense
In a crowd?
something very large coming in from overhead. As a large, dark shape, a United Baronies battle cruiser
Yeah, I can feel the shape of that.
starts to loom out of the darkness and is starting to come in towards the harbor of Sequester.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
A giant fold mercible.
If they spot the slug, we're in trouble.
Do we notice this yet, or is it like far enough away
It's
that
starting to come out of
only
the.
Walden
It's starting to come in over the rooftops of the night market of Sequester. You feel it before you see it.
And do I feel it moving toward where we parked, or no?
It's generally heading in the direction of the harbor. Yeah. Slowly, it's not making a beeline. You can see spotlights, fold safe spotlights. You are all well aware that bright light sources in the fold is quite bad. The fold tends to be activated by bright lights and tends to get very excited and tends to start warping reality.
Which is why all the native flora and fauna that you find in the fold tend to have a gentle, fluctuating pattern of light that is harmonious with the fold and doesn't cause terrors.
Yes. Well,
Very beneficial ones.
Or causes terrors on purpose, yeah.
if only we had time for more science. The United Baronies is inbound. If you've got shopping to do, if you've got gearing up to do, the time to do is now. We got to keep moving. Joe is looking around.
I know a woman named Tasha who is 2 blocks away on a side street that I want to go get something from.
Lead the way, Joe says. Oh boy, says Jacob. This is exciting. Ooh, I'm feeling it. My heart's pounding. Can you
He's so
feel?
darling. I know. He's so here.
I'm trying not to be scared. Are any of you scared? Is it okay to be scared?
No.
Just a little bit, Joe. You learn to live with it. Come on. And I head out of the market proper, down a nondescript little side alley.
Little away ships, small landing craft, are dispatching from the fold mercible hovering above and are beginning to descend toward the town of Sequester here on the eponymous islet of Sequester.
Assuming we have all noticed them by now,
100%.
I say, do you think they followed us from Midst, or did they just show up here out of nowhere from somewhere else?
I mean, technically, this is in the UB jurisdiction, but
Baronies
yes.
are all over this place.
You are technically in the territory of the Fold Shallows right now, which is one of the territories of the United Baronies.
We reach a little plain door in this alley with some
Take us through.
really poor, threadbare-looking books and little sculptures and tchotchkes. And I walk in, and there is a woman on the shorter side with like tan to darker skin and dark black-brown hair, sort of, almond eyes, and she recognizes me because I come in here time to time. Tasha.
Walden, is that you? You're early. I'm sorry I don't have anything ready for you. Maybe you should come back next week.
I'm gonna see if I can invent something in the world of Midst.
By all means, take it away. It's all you.
I need, I'm actually just passing through. I can't stay long.
Oh, very well. She puts down her kettle, which she normally sets on whenever you come. No time for tea?
No time for tea.
What can I do for you? Are you all right?
We're all just
I was going to ask.
lurking.
Are you stepping in
Standing
here,
outside.
peeking around the corridors?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine like our heads are stacked like it's a Scooby-Doo
Oh, yeah.
moment.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Watching.
Yes. This is of course your buddy Prunella.
Did you say Tasha?
I
Did you say Tasha? Never mind. Disregard
did
that.
say Tasha.
She was transfigured in the fold at one time and briefly had a different name. I misheard. I was guitarring and didn't
If
hear
you ever
Tasha.
make a mistake, you can just blame it on a terror.
As we all can.
Narrator
Tasha,
pro trick.
disregard. Tasha Prunella,
Yes.
as is her given name,
Done and done.
sees you all in the doorways folks outside?
I think I'm kind of glancing nervously down the street behind us, looking for anybody that looks like a United Baronies uniform.
So far, so good. Nobody in the streets, but the landing ships have disappeared over the rooftops, and you don't know where they're headed.
This place looks like nothing. It looks like a sad little gift shop. I need to raid your stock. I want to get 2 or 3 fold bursts.
You're talking fold grenades. We've got those.
I'm talking about, this is me going above board.
Yes.
Something that can be shot out the back of a ship and scrambles radar. Only in this world, I imagine it being tightly compacted fold in a container that is burst, and
Absolutely.
it floods a ranged area with more fold than was there a second ago.
Sure. You can
The same way,
create
like
manual terrors.
A very specific pattern of light contained in the device could trigger basically whatever kind of effect you want.
I'm trying
Let's
to
do it.
invent something in the world that is like cover our tracks. Someone who's trailing us, we can disappear for 30
You
seconds.
need it, Tasha. Yeah, you need it. Tasha's got it. Bring them inside. Close the windows.
Okay.
You might want to
Duck
duck.
under the doorway. I got used to all the doorways that I cut holes in.
Giant battle cruiser full of merciful is clearly visible now. Tasha says, "Oh,
Is it not normal that they're here?
not like this. This you? This your problem?
Afraid so.
Get in right now." She starts closing some windows. I got what you need. She provides you with a number that meets with your specifications.
Okay. Empty my wallet a little bit for that.
I'm just kind of looking around.
Walden, you over last time. This is good. Just come back, have tea next time, okay?
That's awful good.
And I really want to hear about your story next time.
I would love to be able to tell you that story.
You come back. You take it. You come back. You pay. You pay by having tea with me, okay? Okay.
Sweet.
Vesta, do you know a spot near here where we could get like a lot of food quick that would keep?
Like canned stuff.
Yeah,
Canned
there's
bread.
I like canned bread, says Jacob. Canned bread's my favorite. Joe,
We gotta broaden your palate.
exactly. Yes, I mean there's a ton of surrounding orchards, so there's actually a cannery not far from here,
Oh,
like
sweet.
a factory.
Is it kind of like off the beaten path, or?
We just kind of hang a left right up here up the road. You'll see it's a little bit of a jog, so we should move.
Okay. We could pick up a few cases. Did you need to hang around here longer? Thank you so
You got
much, ma'am,
yes,
for
of
your help.
course. And you, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Hi,
Hello.
Tasha. I can't believe you,
You were
recognized
about
me.
so high last time I saw you.
Yes. Have you seen my parents? Have you seen Regina and Oliver?
I've seen Oliver, your dad.
Yeah.
I've seen him a few weeks back. He came by. He does have time for tea sometimes. He's talking.
I know. I'm so.
I love him. He's very good. You say hello to him next time you see him for me, okay?
You'll probably see him before me, so you do the same.
Okay. You in trouble too, it seems. Okay.
Well.
I won't tell him.
Just kind of in a hurry.
Okay.
Kind of a
Yeah,
sneaky
you are in a hurry. People are coming down the streets.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
There are foot soldiers outside. They're starting to walk through the night market.
Okay, let's hang a left.
Hang on.
I kind of knowing this street very well. I kind of duck us behind a kiosk, like a little tent, and we started kind of bobbing and weaving kind of through like a makeshift alleyway that's really constructed out of fabric and vinyls and yes,
Ceiling, wafting fabric.
yes.
It's a fashion district.
How would you describe the United Baronies' behavior?
They're just walking around. They're not looking for anything. We're not talking like, Mos Eisley Stormtrooper kind of thing here. They're just on a stroll.
Patrolling.
It is very weird they're here. A lot of people in the streets seem to think it's very weird too. They're not normally here, and they do not normally have this many soldiers, nor do they have a giant battle cruiser. Something is clearly up, and people in the streets are whispering, a little uncomfortable, a little ill at ease about this, but you see a phalanx of soldiers. You do not see any individuals that you recognize. Commissioner Karushu is not visible to you anywhere, nor is that officer, Norengrave. But they're just strolling. They're not onto you right now, but you gotta keep moving, I'd say.
Okay, we gotta make a game plan. We got
Okay.
the squid ink. We're gonna pick up some non-perishables. Is there anything else? Because after this, it's just wilderness, right? No more stops that we know of.
Well,
Just the
there's
depths.
people out there, but
There are. There is
far
a...
between.
There is a very large territory below this, a region that has been in some conflict over the years with the United Baronies, a very large semi-ungoverned territory known as Grendelion that is considerably further below. It's not technically United Baronies, although
Do we know
they
if
do.
we're gonna have to go that deep?
Is that
I guess it's a risk.
technically
Entirely possible. The moon, if it has fallen in the general direction that you think it has, probably went that way, whether it is there or not.
Of course.
If indeed the relative mass of the moon is as you were suggesting, Dusty, it might not be that deep. Or if you did your math wrong, it could be way the fuck all the way in Grendelion.
You
Which
wouldn't
would
do
make
your
things
math
tricky.
wrong.
no.
Probably not.
Never.
You're a moon mining foreman. You know the math. You know the drill. And you've got Joe's charts and maps with you, hastily brought along. So if you need to do more math, make corrections, you've got the tools. So we're getting food. We've got fold bursts. We've got armored mining suits to protect you if you should set foot on the moon.
Yeah, and
What
I
else are we
already
looking
brought
for?
with me all the materials that I need for maintaining the suits, so doesn't have to be a long stay here.
Okay.
Kind of
You've got
feeling
some
like
good
we should
things.
avoid attracting attention.
Yeah.
What, like you're doing right now?
Yes, exactly.
Joe suddenly tenses up. Out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, move side street, go, go, go.
Yeah.
You see heads starting to turn. You see people in the streets just kind of generally kind of indicating down this way. You see officers of the United Baronies just turning casually in the streets, kind of starting to look in your general direction. Ah, shit, I think they fucking saw me.
They're asking if there are any out-of-towners.
Don't be awkward.
They're asking
Just
if
keep
they're
walking.
out-of-towners.
Maybe. People were pointing in the direction we went.
Maybe we should split up.
Maybe we
I feel like I've heard that's a bad idea.
Well,
Maybe we should, Joe says. Maybe I should.
What do you mean, Joe?
They saw me. I looked right at him. And he leans around the corner. They're coming this way.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
They're coming this way. They're coming this way right now. What do we do? What do
Are
we
you
do?
not going to come with us the rest of the way? What are you talking about?
What if I distract him?
All right.
What if I lead? How about this? We need to move right now. Fuck.
Do you want us to wait at the ship?
Go. Just go. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut across town. I'm gonna let them see me. I'm gonna start taking them out on the other side of the night market. I'm gonna start taking them out towards the docks on the other side, closer to the Lazaretto for the mothers. I'm gonna take them, I'm gonna lead them out. You
I
go.
question you. What are you going to say?
I won't tell them anything. I'm gonna stall them. I'm gonna delay them. Go.
do you want us to pick you up? Do you want us to loop around and grab you? The Lazaretto?
So, you tell me what happens when the foot soldiers of the United Baronies come around the corner. Who do they see first?
I shepherd everyone. I just listen to Joe and don't argue, and I spin everyone and start moving the
Okay.
group away.
You turn everyone else away. Joe is gonna stand and face them.
Dusty sort of like leans into the shadowed eave of a like stall tent behind a piece of fabric the moment before they come around the corner. And sort of like
Dusty.
how many of them are there?
20.
Okay, Dusty keeps slinking through the shadowy
One, then
fabrics
another, then
and,
another, then another, then another.
Strong, but
follows,
you're not as-
follows the squad around
I
the
think
corner.
I'm reluctant, but partly
Okay.
due to the fact that Jacob can make some decisions about where
Yeah.
we're going to walk without me.
Yes.
We allow ourselves
take-
to be led.
I take the first left I can because you are tall and easy to spot, so I just turn us around the corner as fast as possible.
Maybe I grab a hanging piece of fabric from one of these nearby textile vendors and drape it over myself so that I maybe, hopefully, look like one freakishly tall being and not two beings.
Not two
together.
kids in a trench coat?
Yeah.
Which is not too crazy for this market.
No,
Yeah,
not,
no,
not
yeah.
that crazy.
I'm
very
actually
tall
going
woman.
to
I'll try hunching too.
tell everybody, do you see that statue? I'm gonna meet you over there, and I'm gonna cut around the side. Just basically, I'm gonna swing wide from where the rest of the group is going, and as I swing wide, I'm gonna go past a vendor that is stacked full of canned teas and potions and weird vases and ceramics, and I'm going to spin and just crash it over, causing a distraction, and then slip off to the side. Okay. Sorry.
It's for the greater good.
Yeah. And try to swing around to meet up with everybody.
You get a quick glimpse of Joe. He's talking to them. As you see down the night market, he is in front of the guys. He's doing his thing. Joe's very convivial.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a very winning personality. He knows how to defuse things. He is chatting with them. He's doing his thing where he just starts telling them stories about the good old days, possibly. You're not sure what he's saying, but they do seem to be paying very fixed attention to him. Some of their troops in the back are starting to break off. They know he's up to something. They also know it's Joe. He was just on midst. How interesting that he's here now. The United Baronies is moving.
I think we should skip the cannery. We can pick up something from a stall on the way back to the ship. Joe is stalling for us, and we're either going to take advantage of it, or we're all going to get caught.
Yeah. Well, let's meet up with Vesta and I guess grab what we can on the way out of town.
Does my distraction work at all?
Yeah, certainly, yes, yeah. They, a group of soldiers who are coming around the corner detect this obstruction, and you see them chatting. They start chastising a street vendor who is like, I literally did not do that. However, I can tell you who did.
Spaghetti.
Walden turns around from a kiosk and he's got 2 arms full of pufferfish and he hands out
Give them
drinks really quick. You're having a good time. We're having a good time. And he starts to kind of stumble a little bit,
Okay.
like he's into his cups, away from the fracas that Vesta caused.
I take off my my doctor's coat and just kind of flip it around me like it's a shawl, almost.
Jacob, do you know how to act drunk?
No, what's that?
Okay, so do you remember when you were first spawned into existence?
No, not in a literal sense.
It took you a while to figure out the whole walking thing.
Oh, that was really, I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
it's great. Go back to that now. Our balance is a lot better. Hopefully we can do without falling over.
Do you
Just
mean like
a little
for
bit of
real, or
sway.
you mean pretending?
Pretending. So
Oh,
like
okay.
a lie. You know, we talked about lies.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
well
sorry.
aware
I
of lying.
don't mean to patronize you.
It's okay.
Okay.
I will sway, and he begins to sway. But he's got a big smile.
Okay. Yeah, here.
I am not smiling because I'm happy, though. He says, I am actually really scared.
You're doing so
Are we
good.
gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Is this okay? Am I doing it right?
You're doing great, Jacob.
Okay.
You're really brave.
Let's
Good job.
sway our way away.
Dusty takes a
Dusty.
swig, like wipes a little bit of the sauce out of his beard and
Okay.
like hands it to Vesta.
Yep. A squad is walking through the night market. They're definitely looking for something. But there's a lot of revelry going on. People are out at various outdoor grills and things, sitting out here. A couple people seeing you just sort of loitering in a party-like
We're
fashion.
carousing. Let's carouse our way
Yeah.
back towards the ship.
Back
Oh,
towards the
man.
Yeah.
Aren't
Yeah.
these actually good though? Aren't they?
They're great.
Good.
Holy
I'm not even pretending.
I do kind of just want to drink.
I'm actually just drunk now.
Yeah.
So the pufferfish is the container.
Yes.
Do they just like put an immersion blender in the pufferfish?
Oh no, they empty it first and they set
And
it
then they
out
dry
for
it.
several days. Yeah.
No.
It's like
It's
Isn't it amazing?
sterilized and then it's a cup.
ingenuity of
I
people.
know,
It's
I
like
know.
that you come
It's
up with
actually
this
much
stuff.
smaller before they do, but then they blow it out wide, and that's the moment that they sort of freeze it.
Kind of put it in like a mold to get it to stay stretched.
Very cute.
Your carousing is momentarily diminished by the sight of Joe being escorted through the night market in handcuffs. However, he's continuing to maintain a low rate of speed and is very and he's not even like angry arrested. He's just like, absolutely, I will comply with you, but also let me tell you about this wonderful place. So he's keeping him slow.
Okay.
And
The
doesn't
bear
look
needs.
scared.
I'm sorry, he
He
doesn't.
doesn't look scared.
He
at
does
the
not look
moment.
scared.
At the moment.
He can talk his way out of this.
You know Joe. You've seen Joe looking scared. You know Joe's not happy. You know that Joe is spooked, but Joe's doing his damnedest.
Look, this was his idea. He's making this sacrifice. Let's just get back to the slug.
About is he's the real Bacula engineer. You know, I'm just the apprentice. Like if something
Uh-oh.
goes wrong,
You've got this.
Somebody's
Got
gonna have to
this.
rise to the occasion.
your ship's in good condition to start with, right? Probably it's not.
Fixed my bike more times than I can count.
It's a bike.
Fiona?
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Fiona, Jacob says,
Yes,
he's looking
yes,
at you in his
Jacob.
hand mirror. He gives you a nervous little smile. You could do it.
Thanks.
And I can encourage you, even though I don't know how to do any of the things that you do.
Okay.
At the very least, I can provide moral support and also support you with my entire head. It's not that hard. She's not that heavy.
Dusty turns from a stand with some like packaged noodles, all kind of in these like ceramic containers. Yeah, Mitz ramen, and he's got like kind of an armload of picnic, you guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Back to the slug.
Yes.
The
Question.
Yes.
Would there be something that, I don't know, I'm thinking like full disrupting bottle rockets
Sure.
or something that's like,
Bottle rockets would definitely disrupt the fold.
Yeah,
yes.
fireworks
Just
do
fireworks.
exist. They're not technically fold safe,
Normal bottle.
yeah,
but they
not
are fun.
I used to date this guy in high school, and he would kind of, they're not technically legal. He's kind of hidden right under the wharf over here. Right before we get on, I'm gonna go visit a little illegal fireworks stand and buy
Sure.
some fireworks.
Absolutely.
This is
You
your
certainly
ex
can.
high school boyfriend who sells fireworks under a bridge.
Just like he was doing in high school, and you
Yes.
know he's still doing the same thing.
And his name is Blake.
Oh, well, that tells
Such
me
a
everything I
Blake
need to
move.
know.
Exactly.
Is Blake at the stand? Would seem that he is.
I believe he is.
Well, Blake's certainly surprised to see you. He does a double take as he's hoisting armfuls of recreational explosives onto his little kiosk.
Thanks,
And he just kind of stops for a sec. Huh? He says.
Yeah, you know, I just, we're having a party, you know.
You just jumped straight.
He's just looking at you.
Yeah, and I just need all of this. Don't worry about it.
That was awkward.
That's it?
It was so good to see you, Blake. Okay, bye.
Wow! Great! Congratulations, you now possess ample fireworks.
Okay.
Blake is, well, we're gone. He's gone.
He's just still slack.
He's just standing there, and somebody comes over and is like, huh? And he's like, huh?
It's the one that got away.
I was
Twice.
Holy
So Stunner
cow.
didn't even ask for any money.
no.
Nice.
You know,
parted on
that's
good terms.
Just that's that Riz.
What an interesting spectacle. Speaking of which, there's yet another interesting spectacle further down towards the end of the night market. You see the phalanx of United Baronies foot persons stopped with Joe. They're not moving. Two black spectral wraith-like figures stand before the phalanx at a distance, speaking to them. What they are saying you cannot discern from this distance, but the phalanx is not moving.
And the phalanx is blocking our way to the ship, to the
You could
to the
skirt
slug.
around them. They are still up on their way back down through the night market, continuing their patrols, apparently searching for you. Joe seems to have misled them. And now, the mothers, some of them, there are many mothers, 2 of them apparently are there right now, speaking to the phalanx, affording you some further time.
Yeah, we should take advantage of this while they're still talking. The mothers command respect, even.
Joe made his choice.
The United Baronies will keep him alive. They're going to need him.
Yeah. He definitely seems like he's being taken care of in a convivial-ish way. We'll see what happens.
Finish your drinks, let's go.
Actually, I want to keep the cup.
Yeah, I add that to my.
Very cool.
I tossed it aside, and then I was like, oh shit, and Jacob catches the cup.
They're kind of like a good souvenir, you know? You
Yeah,
just
like
take
you
them.
take it
It's
home.
good,
and put it
yeah.
on your shelf, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know my way around here. I don't know, Vesta.
Sure. Oh
you
yeah,
guys-
I mean between the 2 of us,
Yeah.
and I
Zigzag.
feel where the ship is,
You
so...
can sense it from here. Yeah, the shipyard would not be too inaccessible, and with the company of United Baronies folks thus distracted over yonder, you could make your move now with relatively little difficulty. Let's make our move.
I feel really bad about this, but
Joe seems to be at peace. From what you can see, he's got an easy and comfortable stance. His body language is not communicating any major problems. Now is your time.
This
You
mission
can
was
see the
his
slug
idea.
from here. It's parked in its berth there in the sequester shipyard.
He brought us together. He will do anything to make sure that we are successful. We owe it to him to do this.
yeah.
He knows what he's doing. It's what's required.
Let's hustle. I slouch under my makeshift cloak and follow Walden back to the slug.
All right. We start to walk moderately quickly towards the slug, which is about 200 meters away. About halfway there, the sack that is carrying these 3 fold bursts, the seams, I don't realize it till it's too late, start to tear, and one spills out of the bag, and I feel it go and grab it and hold it tight, but it's too late, and one of these hits the ground, and about 200 yards in each direction has now suddenly got a glut of fold that we are in dead center of. I can still see where we need to go, but it is thick like squid ink on us right now. It's also out of the ordinary, so out in the fold, out in the wilds, this is beneficial, but this doesn't feel beneficial. This feels like attention. So I just start to run.
I reach
spotlight.
forward and sort of like, because I can't see anything, hold on to the back of your, not to stop you, but just to, and reach back to
I
like
feel your hand
grab
coming, and I
Dusty.
raise mine and
Yeah.
catch it
Okay.
and start to
Immediately, a
jog.
giant spotlight beams directly down onto your position from the battleship Fold Merciful overhead. A bright fold-safe light pulsing dimly in the darkness, shining directly on your position.
Can it see through the fog, or is it just seeing a cloud?
A big,
I can't tell you that.
around us is a big roiling cloud, a glut of fold that is swirling and clearly out of the ordinary. So
I
they
think
don't
it
see
sees that.
us, but they see that.
Yeah.
Probably shopkeepers start kind of shrieking with startlement and alarm. This
Yeah.
is kind of unusual.
The
Vesta
spotlight
just screams out.
fades away.
Oh.
Oh,
Scream! Too late!
Run! And takes off running, following after
Okay.
Walden.
It's just a conga line.
charm bracelet.
Yes, yeah.
Charm bracelet. So herky jerky, stumbling through the dark. The slug is within the outer edge of this fog, and I slap the side of the slug, and the 2 doors on the side open up, and you're greeted by all the little glowing lights inside of this little bar that I have that we haven't even gotten to yet. And then those doors shut behind us.
You are inside of the slug.
I dive. I smack my head on the thing again.
We're gonna have to put like some foam up there, like when
Yeah.
when.
It's fine. It's fine. Start it up. Let's go. Let's go.
Not sweeping onto the ship in general, but a brief spotlight does sweep across the shipyard, and then back again in the other direction before dissipating.
Hope they don't recognize your ship.
I'm gonna run and jump. Well, for just maybe another minute, we are still in this cloud, which is weird looking. I'm gonna get into the cockpit. I am firing this thing up. I wait for that spotlight to strobe past again.
There we go. It's passing by in this direction.
Wait.
It's fading away
Wait.
and away.
And I start to pull us
Yeah.
out as soon as it skims over. and
I
it's
look
gone.
out one of the portholes down to where we last saw Joe, just for one last glimpse of how
His
he is.
head is turning. He has got the entire phalanx turned to face him away from the shipyard. He is putting on a show, but you see his head just briefly turn. And there's a little wave, which he disguises as a gesture to the crew, or to the phalanx, pointing in the opposite direction. Those two mothers are gone. You do not see them. But you recognize that's Joe's thing.
Walden's kicks off his flip-flops and his eyes are closed, and he's feeling like tall buildings coming close on each side, and he just veers the ship from one side to the other, making sure not to smash anything down. And we fly low, actually, moving just above and through buildings. And when we've been going for half a minute, then I start to climb.
Vesta goes to the opposite side of the ship where Fiona is and looks out. Sees the medieval-looking castle where the mothers reside. Is there any action from the mothers?
From the mothers? No. So far, their large castle is as gloomy and inactive seeming as ever. You see strange lights flickering in the Gothic windows of the tall structure, but otherwise you see no other activity, no other behavior.
Vesta just kind of holds up a hand against the window, giving her own little wave.
To the mother's castle. It's funny because totally separately in the cockpit as they fly by, Walden's eyes are closed and he just goes like this as they fly past.
Interesting. Seeing Vesta wave, I say, you ever been?
No.
The mothers that came to Midst invited us if we ever want to go in for studying, treatment.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
My sister went to them for help.
Oh.
Did you ever think about joining the mothers, or?
They're
No.
doctors, kind of.
They're not doctors.
Okay.
They're not exactly doctors, are they? It's a little hard to say what they are, the mothers.
Pseudoscience. Disguised as aid. As medicine.
Well, they're darn scary, that's for sure.
They are kind of scary. I think you'd agree, very menacing.
It's cruel. Give people hope and promise. They're just shooting in the dark. Sometimes it works. And they chalk it up to their mystic abilities. It's a miracle. But when it fails, well, it was the way that the fold fell. Nothing to be done, just sacrificing yourself to the oblivion. I never saw my sister again after she sought help from them. I'm assuming she's dead.
On the contrary, comes a voice from the darkness within the ship. You feel nothing coming. as a towering black figure, black gloved hands gripping the doorway to the cockpit, enters this chamber in the Fold Merciful as two black-clad mothers. One with a visible face, the other shrouded in total darkness, enters the cabin of the slug. The grandmother herself, leader of the Lazaretto, accompanied by an unknown faceless mother, steps within.
Oh my god.
She is very much alive, I can tell you that, says the grandmother. Hello. Yes,
hi.
Walden, go on.
I was going to say Walden is so unused to having anything spring on him in the fold that he immediately juts a hand out and it hits the controls in the ship, not lethally or anything, but ever been on a plane that drops? We go, and it takes like 8 or 9 seconds before he rights it and gets us back to an even plane. And now he's not saying a word, he's just looking over his shoulders at people who have somehow stealthed onto the slug.
Somehow stealthed onto the sub. You recognize these figures, they were down on the ground not so long ago.
I mean, they all look the same. How
They
do we
do
know?
kind of look the same. The grandmother is a towering cloaked figure, 7 feet tall perhaps or more, wearing completely long black robes, a horned headdress, not biological horns, but some kind of ornamentation standing tall from her headdress. Her face is visible, humanoid, very androgynous. There's a sort of a David Bowie-ishness, but also kind of a Lich Queen kind of a look going on.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's quite sweet.
You gotta admit, it's
It's
cool.
gotta be that.
If she weren't so menacing, it would be quite awesome.
Yeah.
You gave us quite a fright, but also well done, ma'am.
Menacing. Dusty is very taken aback, and I think immediately is just sort of in a like what the
Yeah.
and like the kind of jittery like haven't slept, like I'm on the razor's edge kind of like feeling like
just
a
drank
normal
a
person,
pufferfish.
and I just drank a pufferfish and I'm being chased. So I'm
Well,
like,
it's been a day, hasn't it?
yeah, yo, what are you?
Hello.
What do you want?
Hello.
What?
So your associate Joe will be just fine. He's being taken back to Midst. But he, in a manner of speaking, told us everything without
is the
needing to
grandmother
speak a
speaking?
word, yes. Standing beside her quietly, another dark figure is just standing at attention, much smaller than she is, more normally human sized, not towering androgynous space witch. Completely veiled and not an inch of exposed skin. They stand silently at attention nearby to the grandmother, who now continues. Joe will be returned to Midst, but she, the grandmother, lifts handles in her hand a strange magnifying glass, a strange Gothic instrument. I have seen her jet black eyes glitter as she looks upon all of you in turn. Your intentions. I have seen your goals. Joe has communicated to them, and we wish to assist you. The mothers find your cause quite worthy, and we are here to help. You are descending to seek Midst's moon. Bold, brave, perhaps foolhardy, but very human of you.
Thanks.
It's very ironic considering we happen to be humans.
As am I, as was I once.
Was.
You're still cross about your sister. I understand. It has been some time. That we can address at a later time. Perhaps if you'd like to come see us in person.
I'm fine, thanks.
Very well. I accept your decision.
Are we not in person now?
Insightful, Walden. I hadn't thought of that. I suppose we are. But that is neither here nor there. You
So
seek the moon.
You're coming with
Not
us?
I, no. I am not.
Well, you're on the ship.
But I have someone here who might wish to assist you, if you are willing to have him. Mother Trauma. comes forward. It says, his blank, veiled face, invisible behind his shroud, absolutely no human expression of any kind visible, as his voice comes forth, his strange, semi-human voice.
I will stand by your side in the abyss if you will have me. If you wish for the assistance of the mothers in the void, I am here. There is much in the abyss that you cannot understand. Dark forces, vastly beyond your comprehension. I will come with you to protect you from them.
I mean,
Could probably use all the help we can get, frankly.
I'm sorry
For
about...
clarification, I can feel the physical presence of Vesta and Fiona and Rusty and Jacob. Dusty. Well, I said Dusty Rivers. It's putting the R from Rivers on.
Rusty Divers.
Rusty Divers.
Yes, of course.
Terror got you.
But I still do
Those
not
pufferfish are strong.
feel the physical presence.
You sense absolutely nothing from them. It is as though they are not here. It is like they are ghosts. Your strange sense of echolocation cannot touch them. They are creatures of the fold. They're something else.
All right.
I'm sorry about your sister, but I've seen the mothers help a lot of people in Stationary Hill with really weird shit, much weirder than mine even. Not that you're shit, Jacob. That's a turn of phrase.
Oh, no, of course not. I do shit sometimes.
Yes, you do. Anyway, we're going to a huge piece of Micah in the fold. There's gonna be terror stuff going on. It might be kind of nice to have a mother along.
The grandmother is standing, looming, watching quietly, placing no judgment upon this, simply listening. Mother Trauma is also waiting, listening, silently, spectrally.
My sister was a grown woman. She made her choice.
She did, as can you. I will accept your decision. If you do not want me to assist you, we will remove ourselves.
Sorry, Mother Trauma. Can you let us talk for a second?
But of course.
Walden, how do you feel about this? Also, Dusty, I feel like love your opinion.
The mothers were there on Midst right after the Moonfall disaster, before the United Baronies, before the Trust. They were there helping.
Yes, I know.
Alongside you. Like, it's... I don't know how they work. And if you're not comfortable with it, I think that, well...
You know, I do agree. We do need all the help we can get.
Nothing about this is comfortable,
No.
period.
No.
And I'd feel better if Mother Trauma came.
Walden.
They help when they want to help.
And they want to help.
It's when they don't want to help. That makes me nervous.
I don't have a great history with the mothers.
Really, you too?
Well, I just don't have a history with the mothers. And when my home was in need,
They didn't come.
they weren't there. And they sure could have been.
What happened?
The grandmother is just watching you with glittering black eyes. This is your story to tell. She says nothing. She knows.
I'm from Grandelion.
Oh, the bad place. Sorry.
The deep place.
I'm from Grandelion. A place called Broken Rock. Broken Rock was hit with a sickness when I was a young man. It was a small place, maybe 3,000 folk there. Fold went sour on us, and over the next few years, we lost about 2/3 of the population of something called the Creep. We called it the Creep. Everybody lost. Someone. We all did. And there's so many stories about the mothers. So mysterious, so benevolent, swooping in to help those in aid. Never saw one. Not till I left home. Come up unside.
They weren't there, were they?
Not
They
for
did
me.
nothing.
So do we vote, or?
She's just watching you. No judgment, no expression, no emotion.
Here's a question for you. Mother,
Walden.
what's in for you helping us? What are y'all after here?
Do you understand where you're going in the depths? Do you know what's really down there? Of course you don't. Do you presume to know what lies below? We wish to help you if you will allow us to do so. Forces beyond your comprehension may very well be in possession of the moon at this very time. Tell me, have you heard of the Dark Barons?
A little bit.
Yes.
Perhaps you've heard of one of yours, Baxford Wanian. Tell me, as a member of the United Baronies, have you heard of Dark Sonia?
No?
Do you know
Dark
what she
Sonia is what you said?
Dark Sonia.
Have we heard of Dark Sonia?
She is one of the entities that the United Baronies was founded to destroy.
I mean, I know who she is. I was just pretending.
Those of you who have had the opportunity to read the public constitution of the United Baronies, which is available to all citizens, could see in that text that the United Baronies was founded to dismantle despotic and nightmarish dictators, such as one Baxford Wanian, such as one Willie Swinsey, such as one Dark Sonia. But these figures are elusive. They're creatures of the depths. They're not well known. Some of them are long gone. But not Baxford Wanian, and not Dark Sonia. So, the grandmother says to you, you go to meet things which you do not understand and cannot survive. Or if you do survive, you will be transformed in ways that you can scarcely imagine.
Been there.
She smiles.
I immediately shrink back.
So perhaps you are ready. Perhaps you have what it takes. We will remove ourselves from your company if you so choose.
Making a joke.
But Mother Trauma is here to join you if you will have him with you. I cannot accompany you. It is too dangerous for me to encounter what lies below.
If you know so much, do you know if our people are still alive down there? Like, is it worth all this trouble? Is there...
That I do not know.
Of course.
But what I do know is that there are things down there that are waiting for you that you may or may not discover. And should you discover them, you might wish to be prepared.
That's all super helpful. Can't help but notice you haven't answered my question.
haven't I?
What's in it for you?
She looks at you for a long moment and really seems to examine you sincerely. In fact, Walden, she seems to see right through you. Two red eyes stare at you in the dark. You recognize those eyes. They see into you. She knows everything about you. She knows your every motivation. She knows your every need. She knows your every goal. She knows your every dark place. The grandmother sees all. Tell me what she sees.
First of all, I don't flinch, even though I feel red to filth. And I take some pleasure in knowing how much I loathe her.
She sees that. You feel, coming from her, absolutely nothing. Just a quiet attention, a listening, an eerie understanding, a recognition. Tell me, you don't meet many people who really know what you've been through, do you? Where you're from, what you've seen, what you know, what you've experienced. Most people don't get it.
But she sees
She sees it.
a 20-year-old kid trying to hold on to his dad and his brother as they waste away for years. Sees his hatred of the baronies that did fuck all for his family with their regulation and their savior complex. Held my town under its thumb so no one could go anywhere, do anything. And first Dad was gone, then Fagin was gone. Hell, most of Broken Rock was gone. And I'm sure there's difference between the United Baronies and the Mothers, but what the fuck do I care? 'Cause y'all left us to rot.
She gives you something back. One single thing. An apology. It's not verbal. You feel it in your body. She does mean it. It's not effusive, it's not overdramatic. It's quiet and it's real. What they did for a reason. They did not help you. Because if they had, it would have led to something so much worse. Something else in the abyss would have come to take you all away.
I hear you, I hear her.
Mm-hmm.
But here in this moment, when I have the last 20 years of my life more that turned me into the older man that I am now, it makes barely a dent.
None of you see or detect any of this. It is over in an instant. You have an exchange as she looks you in the eye. A momentary knowing, an understanding, a feeling, a sensation passes between you. As she says, I cannot answer your question. But our offer still stands. Choose now, we will remove ourselves. Mother Trauma will come with you if you will have him. He is here to serve you, the Mother's merciful wish to serve. We extend our offer now, and we will retract it if you do not wish to accept it. Please decide.
I guess that's probably a stupid question to ask how you're gonna get off of the moving ship.
It's not stupid. Not at all. I will simply go. And she steps back into the shadows and is gone. Mother Trauma remains behind.
Let's bring him. I vote to bring him. Believe it or not.
I believe if there is a chance that they're still alive down there, they're going to need all the help that they can get.
I am here to serve,
Mother Trauma says.
and serve I shall.
Serve already. I recognize your voice. I saw you in Stationary Hill.
I was on Midst. We came to Midst's aid when the moon fell.
You did help people. They did.
We did. We wish to, and we do wish to assist you. I know you have your misgivings. I know you have your reservations. I know you have your traumas.
Walden has scooped up Horace and is just, with his thumb, he's just barely rubbing the back of the bird's head.
I cannot change the past. I recognize your pain. You care for people. There is a reason you have come this far, and there is a reason why you will go further still. If you will have me, I will join you, and I will keep you safe from what lies below as best I can.
So that's 2 votes yes. I'm gonna go ahead and vote yes.
I can hang.
What?
It's cool.
Oh, Jacob?
I am allowed to make a vote?
Yes. Yes. Of course.
The mothers have been helpful on Midst. And I guess, even though some of you don't like them, I guess I like them, and I would vote that it's okay, if that's okay with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Are you anxious?
He gestures to this.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a totally reasonable reaction. It's cool seeing you have new emotions, even if it's not a positive one.
What are you?
Because you're growing and
You're not stressed out by he gestures to you.
No, I super am.
Whoa. You look at Jacob for a split second. He's looking at you funny. He points to, he's lowering his hand.
What?
What's the matter,
Look
kid?
where he's pointing.
Nothing, he's pointing at Walden. You didn't see the...
The what?
Horace? The bird?
Huh. Nothing. I vote that the mother can stay.
Well,
Okay. File that away for later.
Yeah, Walden, he keeps looking at you kind of funny, and he keeps kind of looking to the shadow where the grandmother disappeared, and looking at you, and he just shakes his head, and he seems...
Does he shake his
So
head?
he's focused.
Sorry, he just kind of wiggles.
Your meniscus jiggle.
Never mind. That would be bad. Your whole body rotates to either side.
But Jacob is locked on me and weirded out by something that
Something,
but I don't know
It seems like
what.
he saw something. But and the way he's looking to where the grandmother went, who knows? Maybe you're not the only one who saw what you saw. TBD. There might be more than meets the eye. So, Mother Trauma stands kind of half in and half out of the shadow, black veiled figure in the darkness.
May I join you?
I take my empty puffer fish, go over to the makeshift bar, pop open a bottle of whatever.
Yep.
Engine grease. Pour a little splash. Welcome to the mission.
Thank you. I don't eat or drink. then I will accept the gesture.
Dusty is like turning with a heated thing of noodles and is like, oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, that's great. That's not a drain on our rations.
Wow, things are coming together here. The slug descends, continuing into deeper and deeper depths. It's a long way down. We're headed to approximately 70 by 20 by 2 a.m. by 9 degrees, as I recall, if that math checks out.
Math checks out.
Yeah.
We've got a little ways to go. We've got a little bit of a journey ahead of us. Let's hang.
So you mentioned it was cramped quarters before, and now we've got another body here. Like, what does Mother Trauma do?
Well, he is not exactly a social butterfly, and he's well aware that several of you appear to hate him. So he generally is not intruding on your personal space or making a great deal of conversation. He seems content to sort of lurk ominously.
Can we just stand him facing the wall?
Yeah, you go
Hang a
there. Make a pillow fort. Just,
Well, here's the deal. I promised a tour, so
That's right. Oh, yeah.
I set the slug to auto and step away from the controls, all the while still 360 degrees every direction. I will know if something is coming up on us. And it's not a big place, but you got control room, Horace's bedroom, same thing.
The birdcage.
Birdcage, yeah, here in control. You got the bar, and then past that, and there's a door dead center past the bar that leads to the back of the slug, and that is storage. If things ever go real bad for us, y'all want to go in there. That is lined. That'll keep you safe from terror. Then upstairs, and there is a little spiral staircase that disappears into the ceiling. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a tight fit. It's not very high ceilings up there, and it's not that high a ceiling down here, but there are 4 bed chambers up there. Little, tiny, rooms.
I can just sleep on the floor. We had to get creative about things.
And my room's above control. Sometimes if I know the area, I can just set the ship going and catch some seas.
Nice place, Dusty says, sort of tugging on a seatbelt that like comes out of the chair that it's connected to.
Quite charming.
Yeah.
And everywhere in this thing on the inside, the outside is sleek and polished and beautiful. She's beautiful. But inside, I mentioned it, but there are things like wagon wheels, metal wheels, and there's a doll's head glued just in one spot. There is now a collection of pufferfish in a row added to it. There is a unfamiliar bobblehead on the controls just off of the right. Of a little...
Bobblehead's canon.
Just a little blue man, I don't know who it is busy in here. Busy. And I can feel every contour. And it's all familiar, right down to the millimeter of every doll head and Hummel figurine.
It's like a flying Joe's Crab Shack.
Yeah. Mind your head up there, because there's a lot on the roof.
Yeah.
Ceiling.
Sometimes it takes a few whacks, but eventually I learned my lesson.
We have a little bit of time to spare as we descend into the abyss. Fiona, Jacob waves up to you, looking in his mirror.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, can we chat a little bit? Sure. It doesn't have to be private. People can be around if you want. But.
Well, this would sort of be a new challenge. We could try navigating this spiral staircase and maybe go up and have a private chat in the little, bed chamber that Walden mentioned.
Is that okay? It's not too personal
For sure.
for you?
You just call dibs on the room you want. There's a little thin hallway, as in a submarine, with doors on each side.
I mean, I don't even know if we're gonna sleep up there ultimately. We just need a moment to talk.
Sure.
That's okay.
Sure. It'll just be quick. It's fine. If that's okay.
All right, spiral staircase. This
Okay.
is new.
Jacob
1, 2,
perambulates.
3. Okay.
Yeah, he takes you up. This is a pretty nice ship. Good for
Yeah.
trips.
Yeah, it's got a lot of personality.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell Walden really. It's his home.
Yeah.
It's nice of him to. Hey. Hey.
Oh, huh? Yeah? What?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Well, I believe Joe stayed behind.
Yeah, that was really brave, very sacrificial of him.
It was brave.
He's just trying to help us, help.
Sounds like he's going to be okay. The mothers are going to make sure he gets back to Midst. So
Yeah.
hopefully nothing goes crazy wrong with the baccular components that I don't know how to fix.
Yeah, it's fine. He's very helpful.
Are you crying?
No, nope. He wipes a tear away from his eye. I'm fine. We're good.
Are
We
you
can go
lying
back
about
down
crying?
now. I guess I am. I'm sorry. I think we talked about that, and I don't think that's very good. I'm trying to.
Well, it's super normal.
Is it really?
Like, even animals, when they get injured, usually try to slink off somewhere where they won't be noticed.
Am I like some kind of animal?
No, well, yeah. It's not an insult. Like, we are
Oh.
animals.
Oh, good. That makes me feel better.
You can. We're attached. You can talk to me.
No, it's okay. We don't have to talk a lot. I just don't know if I can do enough to help you with this.
Oh, Jacob.
What they said about the thing, the depths and the dark
I'm
Sonia,
sort of
and
like
I'm
wringing
just-
my hands awkwardly and like reach down to just.
It's okay.
pat his
I'll be
head.
okay. I don't know if I can carry you through this. It sounds like it's going to be bad. I don't want anything to happen to you. And it's going to be my fault if something does.
What? No. It's
Well, where you go, I go. So, and I voted. Maybe the mothers will help us. Maybe Mother Trauma will be very helpful and will protect you if I can't. I just don't want you to get hurt. That's all. I'm just shy. That's it. He smiles at you through his hand mirror.
Do you need some tissues?
Do you
said
have some?
you need
I don't
some
have any.
tissues.
Maybe. I'm okay. I'll be okay.
Okay.
That's all. You told me not to lie, and I'm sorry that I kind of did, but I just,
That's okay.
I don't
lie
know.
all the time.
I can't. I had to come, and I said I wanted to come, and I want the mothers to come, and I want to help, but I'm just scared that I can't, that it won't be enough, and that something will go wrong.
Okay.
I'm really tired. Maybe I could take a nap somewhere or something.
Sure. Before you go to sleep, though, shit, I'm like not the best at this stuff, but
It's okay. We're trying to learn together, right? You help me out. Maybe I help you too.
yeah. You may be new, but
Yeah.
you're really helpful.
He smiles authentically at that. Thanks, Fiona. I'm just trying. I think it's why I'm here.
And listen, I don't feel qualified to come along on this either. I hope I'm not dragging you into trouble.
Oh, it's good. It's my pleasure to help. It's probably why I exist.
So I don't know if you should
Anyway.
tell yourself that.
Okay, I'll try not to, Fiona. Thank you. I'll stop doing
I mean, you tell yourself whatever you want. God, I'm just screwing this up. Okay.
It's fine, Fiona. I will tell myself helpful and supportive things, and everything is okay, and I will be brave.
Oh, wow.
Thank you very much. I'm not scared anymore, and I do need a tissue,
Okay.
but that's okay.
So you want to take a nap?
Sure.
Okay. We'll go sit down somewhere.
Okay.
You can take a nap.
let's
I
go.
just
Thank
wanna
you.
retroactively add that while you had that very poignant conversation,
Yes.
you're looking at a keytar, a rocking horse, and a penguin skull on the wall.
Splendid. Thank you.
Fearsome teeth.
It's huge.
I just love the slug. This will be my new residence. Oh, I received actual tissues. Thank you very much to the beneficent crew. Roll.
I'm sorry, only imaginary tissues are allowed in
It's
here.
fine. I'm gonna roll to wipe my nose.
Critical success.
Critical success. Double gilded sixes. It's fine. You didn't hear that. Anyway, back to our program previously scheduled. That was very nice. Jacob is okay now. He very quickly has regained himself and is no longer upset. He seems fine. Like, actually, weirdly, literally fine now.
So jealous of that guy.
He's new. He's not accustomed to navigating these feelings.
He's
It's,
not,
you know,
he's not fucked up.
when
at
you
the
get
same
spawned
pace.
into existence by a tremendous reality-altering, warping field of cosmic potentiality, you got to learn to navigate some things when you emerge from thin air as a person's leg.
What does it say that the first thing he learns is how to bottle his emotions?
Don't know where he learned that.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he certainly is not learning by example. I don't know why you would surmise such a thing. Anyway, he is now exhausted from his emotional experience and would like to take a nap. So, let's
I
stroll.
situate myself somewhere, because I'm not really sleepy yet, where I can look out a window and, I don't know, Walden's got some weird books
Yeah,
lying
what kind of
around.
spots have we got around the ship,
I
Walden?
think that you could accomplish that in two places, either in the bar itself, which will make it temporarily hard to navigate up and down the aisle of the bar to the back storage facility where he carries shipments and is lined to protect from terror, or at the upper floor rear of the ship. There's like a storage closet and an extra bathroom down there, but you don't have to go down there.
Right.
But I would put your heads away from the back so that you're not getting the fumes from the bathroom.
Oh,
And there's
those
windows.
fumes.
Those fumes.
Got it.
Well, I mean, no
one's
one's
in
used
there
that
right
one
now.
for a couple
Yeah.
months, so it should be
Yeah.
good. That
It
was
takes a couple months to clear out.
mine do. Have you seen my character?
Yes, I have, actually.
I can wreck a toilet.
Okay, well, I guess I'll
splendid.
post up by the bar.
Sure, that's splendid. Mother Trauma is distantly visible through a doorway, just trying to maintain a distance. They're not engaging with the rest of you. They're on the far side of the bar, looking out one of the starboard portholes into the ink-black, fathomless void that is outside the slug as you descend.
I think while... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go.
I think while Fiona and Jacob were having their conversation, I saddled up next to Walden in the cockpit. I don't like it either.
What's your beef?
Pretending to have answers. Telling people they just have to trust that you know best. That's not answers. That's not aid.
A lot of people like to tell you they have answers.
I feel I operate in quite the opposite. It's not about knowing or not knowing. It's about being willing to find out. That's why I do what I do. And maybe having this bloody mother trauma on board with us. Maybe we can take advantage of that and get some fucking answers. What do you say?
Well, I guess we'll see how it shakes out, won't we?
Can I hold Horace? Now the real reason for the conversation.
Yeah, he likes to peck a little bit. He doesn't do it hard. Don't get excitable. I pass him over. Yeah,
Dust.
top of the head.
Dusty Rivers.
In the bar area where Mother Trauma has kind of posted himself by the window, Dusty. Dusty! It poisoned me. Dusty is like sitting at one of the bar stools, just kind of like nursing a refilled blowfish, watching.
Incredible
Thanks,
thing
Mother
to say.
Trauma.
I didn't invent them. She invented them.
It's real now.
I just brought it back.
He kind of swirls the fish, puts his lips on the lips, and takes another swig.
I was imagining like the top
So-
was cut off, the drinking out of the mouth.
It's already there. It's already made.
Kissy lips.
Yeah, it's like a kissy mouth. Yeah. What do you mean, stuff in the abyss? Exactly.
Mother Trauma continues to gaze blankly out of the porthole into the void. He does not turn as he responds to you. He continues to look out the porthole.
Old things. Very, very old. Ancient history.
Well, that doesn't sound like a pile of unshine. That's kind of a grim portent.
Yes. Things that you may very well encounter in time if you continue into the abyss to seek what you wish to find. Are you prepared to find what is down there? Are you prepared for the truth? They could all be gone.
That is a real possibility, and it's been eating me up for the last month.
I see. Tell me how it feels. Do you feel guilt? Do you worry it's your fault?
Dusty sort of looks into the mouth of the fish for a sec before setting it down on the counter. Yeah, I feel guilty.
What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid that I let my people down. My friends, my crew, people who looked up to me and relied on me, and it's not something that I'm able to set aside, I guess. I was trying to take a step back to not be as, as engaged, and I turned away at the worst possible moment, and if there's even the remotest chance that they are still alive, I have to see that through and know one way or the other. But existing like this, not knowing, being unsure, it's like a hunger. But nothing you eat feeds it. It's like being tired, and every time you close your eyes, you just see their faces. Jay, Suresh, Tomasi, like people I've known for traversals, for years. I have to find out. I have to find out what happened. And I thank you for being here. I'm just having kind of a hard time figuring out how I can help. So, knowing a little bit more about these old things. It would give me a little bit of peace if you have any, I don't know, anything, any suggestions, any advice for someone out of his depth. The fold is new to me. But
Trauma turns from the window now. He turns to face you, blankly. That black shroud still immobile, still inert.
I think you already know. You have just described to me what's down there. Almost word for word. The hunger. The voice in the night. Asking what if. The pain. The questions. The unknown. It lives in you now. And it waits for you below.
Aren't you glad you asked?
Dusty
fucking
returns to nursing the pufferfish and thank you, Mother Trauma. Real.
You are more prepared than you could possibly imagine. You have already seen its face, though you do not yet know its name. You are ready as you could ever be. But when you see what waits for you, will you flinch?
And he turns. And he goes further into the ship, leaving you to your thoughts, and most importantly, to your pufferfish.
While Jacob is still asleep, I just want to flag Vesta down real quick, if I could. He's snoring a little bit. He actually sleeps heavier than just about anyone I know.
Yes, especially after a period of meaningful emotional sharing.
Yeah.
Takes it out of
I do give him a little poke just to make sure, but
He's
through
asleep.
whatever connection we have, I feel like I know whether or not he's really asleep. So
Take Horace.
on his couch.
Put him on his couch.
quick question for you while Jacob's asleep.
Yeah.
I know I've sort of been dodging your offers to do like the psych eval thing for a while.
I don't work for the foreman anymore. It's not protocol.
Well, I'd appreciate a professional opinion from someone less spooky than the other therapist adjacent person on board.
Yes, I do feel like it is part of my medical responsibility to disclose that I am not a licensed therapist, but
Well,
I'm willing to listen.
we've been through some shit together at this point.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to bounce this off somebody.
Yeah. You can talk to me.
Okay. Give him one more poke to make sure he's asleep.
Oh, he's asleep.
Okay. I think I have a crush on my leg. Is that bad?
Vesta,
We're not related.
I feel like I need to clarify. Vesta does not laugh. Marisha was not expecting that sentence. So Marisha laughs. Vesta does not.
And with this like initial admission, just like a floodgate, just like a bunch of other messy words just start tumbling out. And like, I'm engaged. I've been engaged for years, and I don't know if Tomasi's still alive. I don't know. Like, I don't want him to be dead or anything. Like, we were fighting a lot, but those kind of fights where like he didn't even know we were fighting, because he'd just be like, let's just move on, and you know, he says move on, and we just gotta, conversation's over.
Yeah.
And like Jacob is,
He's very kind. He's very nice, and
yeah,
it's clear that he thinks of you first. Maybe that's because you are literally attached to his head, but it is clear that
that's the thing. It's so weird.
He looks up to you. She's always
he
on his
looks up
mind.
to you.
He cares what I think, but like inspiration.
Wait, what did you say?
She's always on his mind.
Yeah, that was so good I forgot
Matt
where I was
said
on my
he looks
guitar
up
part.
to you. So both are like all brilliant things.
Like, I don't know. He's not like a child. Like the mother's verified this. Like,
Yeah.
but he's.
Fiona, I think this is great. I mean, it's complicated.
That's not what I was expecting you to say.
It's complicated. Don't get me wrong, and I think it is fair to acknowledge that it's weird. Our lives are weird,
Yeah.
but I think it's okay to afford yourself a happy feeling, a positive feeling, and with so much that we've been through, maybe he's the perfect fixture to channel some of those feelings towards, at least for now.
It makes me feel supported in a way that I guess I'm realizing Tomasi never did.
I didn't know Tomasi for more than a week, but I remember being in your shop, the way that he treated you, and it wasn't my place to say anything. I didn't know you. I was new, but it didn't feel right. I honestly, I wouldn't have known that you were his fiancé unless it was said out loud. And it's still probably not my place to say any of this. People are complicated. But you deserve to be happy. And you deserve to feel supported, and not just physically, emotionally as well.
I just feel so guilty that he came into this world attached to me, you know? He's so optimistic and so just always thinks the best of everybody, and here I am like a storm cloud over his head. Like I'm trying to do my best because he believes everything that I tell him. Isn't that terrible?
You know, I've had a fascination and dedicated my studies to effects of the fold on the human body ever since it happened to my sister, and there's still so much that we don't know, and I don't know if we'll ever fully know. But something that is a recurring theme that I'm continuing to notice is it almost seems like these manifestations are representative of our inner, deepest thoughts of what we crave the most, or what we fear the most, what we need. Maybe it's Fold's way of finding balance. I don't know, there's a scientific explanation for everything, and I recognize that I probably sound like a mother right now, but you know, my sister felt physically weighed down by the pressures of our parents, by needing to prove herself and that crushing weight of lineage and responsibility, and her body, her bones, her structure physically turned into a dense metallic weight, something denser than iron, and she couldn't move.
And that's why she went to the mothers?
My mother and I tried so hard to convince her to stay, to let us do our research, that we could figure out a way to reverse it. We just needed time to trust us, to trust science. And she just couldn't take it anymore. The burden was too much, and I don't blame her in a way. It's miserable living like that. She got her the short end of the stick, so to speak. And maybe I'm reading too much into it. I mean, the way the fold...
You look great, by the way.
Thank you.
It's such a crapshoot, isn't it?
Yeah.
You never know what the hell's gonna happen.
Maybe mine is just the simplest representation of wearing my craft on my body, making my work part of my physical form. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense, but...
Kind of does, when you say it like that.
I just think maybe Jacob's exactly what you needed.
Maybe.
And he doesn't always have to be that for you.
Yeah. I'm trying to teach him that, like, it's not all about me.
Yeah.
He just happened to appear there, but, you know, I really want him to feel like he can be his own person. And plus, I don't want to be responsible for teaching him everything, because I fucked that up. Thanks for not laughing at me.
What are you gonna do if we find Tomasi?
And he's alive?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there is a lot of history between us, and I know you said you didn't exactly see the best side of him, but, like, yeah, there's a reason we got together. He can be really great. But I don't know. A lot has changed.
It is your decision to make. But be wary of the time-sunk fallacy. Just because you've invested a lot into your relationship with him doesn't mean it's a waste if you go a different direction. And I say that for you as much as I do myself, I think.
You seem to maintain a great relationship with your exes.
It's good to have a rogue fireworks vendor in your back pocket, I guess.
By the way, did you put those somewhere safe? We really don't want those going off by accident. Like,
Yeah, put them in the
inside
storage room.
Okay.
Maybe they'll come in handy. We need to make a disruption.
Walden comes padding through barefoot back here. And he's got some blankets and just sort of hands as he walks through. Hands covered. You all need anything?
I think I'm about finally ready to get some shut-eye myself.
How far out are we from our next? Are we stopping again? What?
I'm gonna need to start focusing. So if y'all want to get some sleep, I'm good. I left some broth on the bar.
What flavor?
Don't say penguin. Don't say penguin.
Not penguin.
It's vegetable broth.
Thanks.
Yeah. Y'all get some shut-eye. And I'm gonna return up to. I'm be real quick if you want to resume. You can. I go up to the cockpit. I put my burb on my head. I pull thick goggles down over my eyes, so I can't really physically see too well. Not that that matters. And I flick a couple of buttons on the console, and really chill guitar music starts playing throughout the slug. And
I can hear it.
and another couple of buttons, and all the lights go down except for like the equivalent of dim LEDs all through. So it's really dim, but enough light to just barely get around if you need to, and it makes it feel like a starry night in the middle of the void.
Oh.
And I just feel my way through the fold, drinking coffee.
I think Vesta feels strangely relaxed for the first time in a long time, and cuddles up, shuts her eyes.
Dusty finishes from his pufferfish and maybe does a quick little head poke into the cockpit. You good, Walden? You need anything? You want me to come check on you? And
I'm good, brother. Get a nap in.
you're sure?
Yeah. I got a pot of coffee. I got a horse.
If you need anything, you just holler.
Will do. I want to press on though. We got one shot.
Thank you.
Actually, before I bed down, knowing that that Walden is about to pull an all-nighter, I go and I get one of the very few little vitamin energy tonics, a little hydrotherapy. Give you a little boost.
Just sneak them on. There you go, buddy.
Give him a little energy boost and keep the syringe, place it back in my medical bag, and then I take a nap.
A comfortable quiet settles over the slug as you descend. Some of us are snoozing. Is anyone still afoot? Or a leg? Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Speaking of leg, I'm asleep, but I suppose Jacob could wake
He
up.
could very well be asleep as well.
I'll just say that I'm in a semi-meditative state.
Okay.
And am feeling bodies pass by, and I'm able to just
Going with
steer
the
clear.
flow. And Dusty,
Yeah.
who would appear you are the last awake. You and possibly a spectral wraith-like entity
Moving around the ship.
moving around the ship.
Fun.
Any late night activities for you?
I think Dusty makes an effort to try and pass out, but
Very
it's
well.
I don't know. Every time he tries, it just keeps coming back to that day and the way everyone was screaming and the way the people he knew were changed and
Oh,
the
yeah, that was the
possible.
last time you tried to relax, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he rolls over, and he rolls over again, and the blanket, while warm, is a little too woolen, too military feeling, and he just kind of is like, fuck this, and throws off the blanket, starts kind of pacing around quietly. He takes off his boots and maybe unhitches one of his suspenders and is just kind of trying to mellow out as best he can.
A quiet night in the depths. disturbed by nothing except for the general echolocative sense, Walden, of something quite large in the dark, not so very far below. Your automated lights change to red mode. A safety precaution in the deep, deep depths of the fold, where any light of any kind starts to become increasingly unfold safe. So very dim wavelengths like red are about the only remaining fold safe option available. These come on automatically. You are entering the same altitude as Grendelian. You are now officially within the boundaries of your old home, a very large, very broad, very expansive realm, quite deep in the fold. And you're feeling something below, something at about 70 degrees by about, oh, what was it? It's not actually exactly what we thought it was, but it's something.
Is this familiar to me, as in some vestige of my home, or are we approaching the fucking moon?
Well, I can't tell you if it is the moon, but it's definitely not an islet that you would know to be in this region normally. It's not one of your normal neighborhood crags. It's not one of your strange, small, shard-like islets floating in the depths. It's certainly nowhere you've ever been before in this region.
Okay.
Let's put it this way. If it is the moon, it is deep, but it is not as deep as you would suspect after a month of descent. We'll see if our math checks out.
So we were predicting deeper than we are now. Predicting.
Slightly. You might be onto something. You want to take us in?
I will get closer, just because I can feel it doesn't mean I know what it is, so I want to get a visual on it. I'm not going to spook the others, frighten the others yet. I'll just see if I can see.
Everyone else is still asleep. Walden, you're beginning to see a very large dark mass in the darkness below. A dim, strange luminance. This is no islet you have ever seen. This is nothing you've ever witnessed on any chart. This is not an object that is normally within your home turf.
What's the comparison scale to, say, midst?
Smaller, much smaller. Very large compared to your vessel. However, your sense of seismic proportion, that echolocative capability that you have, is being skewed by something. It has a mass that is surreal and strange. It is tremoring in your subconscious in a way that you have never experienced before. Something very strange is going on.
Last clarification question. Am I feeling rough edges, so to speak, or am I sensing design and architecture?
All rough edges, jagged, crystalline shards.
That has a different feel than corners and lines. Okay. I've seen a lot of bodies in the fold. Still don't wake everybody up. I'm gonna get a little closer, try to understand what we're skirting around.
A dark mass begins to emerge from the void. A colossal form begins to emerge as though like the prow of the Titanic from the depths of the ocean, that encrusted, sunken prow coming out of the dark, a jagged, colossal shape, a dark fragment of mica, no longer luminously crystalline in that gleaming, brilliant, kaleidoscopic, bright white fashion. Ink black.
I bend over to a little like a microphone built into the console, and I press a button, and I just keep a real gentle voice and say, Dusty, if you're awake, can you join me on the bridge, please?
In moments, padded stocking feet kind of come up behind your chair, and he leans down.
Does that look familiar to you?
Dusty? He looks pretty fucking familiar.
Oh, fuck.
Tell us how it feels to have found Midst's moon.
The hair on Dusty's head and arms stands on edge, eyes just wide. Oh no. This is not right. Something is not right about this. Not right at all.
Before the slug, the dark abyssal remnants of Midst's moon come slowly into clearer focus. They are dimly luminous in a way not so very unlike the shards hanging around our story space today. A eerie, unnatural, unearthly, strange, luminous purple blackness, an unearthly light shimmering and pulsing within the crystalline matter of the moon, no longer bright, no longer prismatic. Colossal shattered shards hang in the void, all of them, every last one of them, dark, every last one of them, obsidian, jet, black.
Did we just find the whole fucking thing?
I mean, that's the moon, but that's no Micah I've seen before.
It's the moon.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Says Mother Trauma.
Call the others.
Freezing my chair.
Are you ready to see what awaits within?
Lean into the microphone and just say, wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
I stir.
A little sing-song chime goes out after the end of the message.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Ice and Becky, yeah. Come on, Jacob. Time to get up.
I'm awake, he says. Are we here? Did we make it? Is it the moon?
I don't know. Walden just said something over the PA, so
Okay.
let's go up and see what it's all about.
Let's go up and see.
Okay, ready? Come on.
Ready to go.
Okay.
Ah. Well, you make it to the portholes in no time at all. And congratulations. It's the fucking moon. You found the moon!
Did we just win Midst?
Congratulations. You have won Moonward. Oh my gosh, my friends, with your strange powers and traumatic backstories combined, you have done the very nearly impossible, and I'm sure absolutely nothing will possibly go wrong from this point forward.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You've done it. Moonward. Marisha Ray, Matt Roen, Sara Wile, Liam O'Brien, and I am your guide, narrator, though we're all narrators here. I'm just the one with the guitar. Next time you'll all have guitars. Watch out.
Oh boy.
All right. Let's go. Moonward.
Do it.
Thank you for watching Moonward, a Midst role-playing story.
If you're looking to dive deeper into the fold, you can watch the next episode right now on beacon.tv or mids.co.
Otherwise, new episodes drop every Wednesday on the new Midst YouTube channel @Midst Podcast.